the village of Ogmomira, baldness was not a fashion, not a choice, and not a sickness. It was fate. From the oldest grandmother to the youngest girl child, every woman's head shone under the sun like polished clay. Hair was spoken of only in myths, in old songs sung by drunk elders, or in warnings told to frighten stubborn children. The women washed their heads with herbs, rubbed oils into their scalps, and tied colorful scarves to hide a shame that had long stopped feeling like shame and had become tradition. Men were allowed hair, women were not. No one questioned it anymore. But on a quiet night when the moon hid behind clouds, Ifunanya screamed in labor. The midwife, Mama Kelechi, knelt between her legs, chanting prayers to calm the spirits. When the baby slipped into her hands, the old woman froze. Her breath caught in her throat. The child's head was covered in thick black hair, soft and coiled, glistening with birth blood. Mama Kelechi gasped. "This is not possible," she whispered. Ifunanya lifted her weak head. "What is it? Is my child alive?" "She is alive," Mama Kelechi said slowly, "but she is different." Ifunanya forced herself upright. When she saw the baby, tears filled her eyes. She laughed and cried at the same time, pulling the child to her chest. "She is beautiful," she said. "Her name is Adaeze." Outside the hut, whispers began before dawn. By morning, the whole village knew. Some said the child was a blessing. Others said she was danger wearing flesh. Her father, Chukudi, stood proudly beside his wife. "My daughter will not be harmed," he said. "Whatever curse lives here did not choose her." Adaeze grew, and with every moon her hair grew too. By the time she was 3, it framed her face like soft shadows. Children followed her, touching it with wonder. Women watched from a distance, their smiles tight, their hearts restless. "Why her?" they whispered. "What makes her different?" When Adaeze was 5, sickness came. First, it took her mother. Ifunanya wasted away like a candle burned too long. On her last day, she pulled Adaeze close, fingers trembling in her hair. "Never be ashamed of who you are," she whispered, "even if the world hates you for it." Not long after, Chukwudi fell ill. He tried to stay strong, but the spirits were cruel. One morning, Adaeze woke to silence and knew she was alone. With no parents, the elders decided she must live with her aunt, Ngozi, Ifunanya's sister. Ngozi's compound was neat, cold, and ruled by bitterness. Her daughter, Obioma, was bald like every other girl. From the first day Adaeze arrived, Obioma stared at her hair with burning eyes. Ngozi did not hide her resentment. "Cover that thing," she snapped whenever Adaeze sat outside. "You provoke people." Adaeze obeyed, tying cloth around her head, but at night she cried quietly, fingers tangled in the hair she did not understand, but felt deep in her bones was important. Years passed. Her hair grew longer, thicker, more beautiful, falling down her back like a river. Men admired her in secret. Women spoke her name with sharp tongues. When Adaeze turned 10, the village oracle, Ezeani, sent for her. He stared at her head for a long time, eyes milky with age, voice trembling with power. "This child is chosen. She will marry a king. She will break the curse placed on this land." The words spread like wildfire. Some rejoiced, others trembled, and in Ngozi's heart, jealousy took root and bloomed into something dark. Obiona wept that night. "Why her?" she cried. "Why not me?" Ngozi held her and whispered, "Destiny can be redirected." Adaeze did not know danger was growing beside her. She trusted her aunt. She trusted the home that had taken her in when she was orphaned. One evening, Ngozi handed her a cup. "Drink," she said gently. "You look tired." Adaeze drank. The world tilted. Darkness swallowed her. She woke on a cold floor, her body aching, a strange man beside her. Fear crushed her chest. Before she could scream, hands grabbed her hair. A blade flashed. Her hair fell to the ground in heavy clumps. When the villagers gathered, accusations rained on her like stones. "She has disgraced us. She thinks she is above tradition." Adaeze stood shaking, scalp burning, heart shattered. "I did nothing," she cried, but they did not listen. Her destiny was being buried under envy. They remembered Amara, the woman from long ago, accused, shaved, banished. The same punishment loomed. In the quiet of her suffering, Adaeze whispered, "They cannot steal what was given by the divine." Time passed. Truth grew restless. Whispers changed tone. Children spoke up. The oracle watched. One night, Obioma overheard Ngozi confessing. Fear cracked her heart. When the council met again, the truth spilled like blood on the ground. Adaeze stood before them, hair short, spirit unbroken. "You shaved my head," she said, "but you did not shave my destiny." The elders bowed their heads. Ezeani raised his staff. "The curse began with injustice. It will end with truth." Adaeze walked to the sacred river, dipped her hands into the water, and prayed. The earth responded. Slowly, softly, hair began to grow on the heads of the village girls. Cries of joy filled Ogmomira. Years later, Adaeze's hair returned, longer than before. When a king arrived seeking the prophesied woman, she met him not as a victim, but as a ruler born. Ngozi and Obioma knelt, begging forgiveness. Adaeze forgave them, not because they deserved it, but because she had grown beyond their cruelty. The curse was broken, the village healed, and Adaeze stood tall, hair flowing, living proof that destiny cannot be shaved, stolen, or silenced.